It's time for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson, only on 610 CHTM.
Hello and welcome to City Beat. My name is Jaret Schneider, and shaking things up a little bit this week, I have a few people out of town. So joining me by phone today is Councillor Charlene Lafreniere and Chief Financial Officer Krentz. So thanks for joining me today, and good morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having us today.
So before we get into any questions, I'll give you both maybe a minute to run things down from the past week or anything that you guys have been a part of over the past little while.
Okay, thank you very much, Jared. I think one of our main messages that we want to share with the public is that the Council has finalized the proposed 2013 financial plan, and it is now available and released for public review and consultation. So it's available both at City Hall and on the website. Another message is that it sure has been a tough year in terms of budgeting, and we've had to make some difficult decisions as a City Council. But some positive news is, according to the Money Sense magazine list of 200 of Canada's best places to live in 2013, Thompson had the 16th lowest property taxes. So ultimately, I think we found a balance between reducing expenditures while keeping property taxes reasonable and continuing to offer quality municipal services. Okay,
so then now some of the things that we have going on in the city, I know we have, first of all, the budget that you had mentioned there, and the Women of Distinction Awards are coming up this Saturday. What are some of the importances of having these awards every year, and in what type of a way does it honor our local women and benefit Thompson?
Well, I've had the privilege of attending the Women of Distinction Awards since its inception, and I think it's extremely a valuable evening to Thompsonites in the region. It celebrates the good work, the hard work, the leadership of women in Thompson and our region. It's a time we all get together and take that time to acknowledge and honor the people who have done that hard work, whether they've been nominated or are actually receiving the award.
Okay, and then moving into Jenny now, you are the Chief Financial Officer. It's not as much of a spotlight role like the Mayor or some of the council members, but tell us a little bit about some of the things that you do and deal with, and some of the things that are maybe coming down the pipe for the city, as well as this budget that it just kind of came out.
Okay, the Finance Department looks after part of the administrative process of the budgeting. We look after the financial reporting, getting the audit completed, taking out any debentures, as well as looking at any financial policies that we bring forward to the Finance and Admin Committee, as well as payroll, payables, the property tax bills, utility bills, and the purchasing role as well. So coming up, we'll have the audit will be the next big thing on our agenda once this budget has been passed after the public hearing at the end of April.
Okay, and then you mentioned some of the things that are coming up maybe with the budget. What are some of the other things that are kind of outstanding here to this point, or some of the things that maybe are coming up that could affect us bigly, and then some of the things that people are kind of looking forward to with it, and some of the things that might affect us in the near future?
Well, I think with respect to the financial plan specifically, people can look forward to an increased resources at the Thompson Regional Community Centre, a major capital investment that councils previous and including this one have made. So you'll see the revenue and the additional resources added, which I think was important to this council. I think some of the other celebrations in terms of our revenues is our continued accommodation tax, the fact that we have a water utility and that we get revenue from that source. And we were successful in negotiating with Valet in the grant in lieu of taxes agreement to have a infrastructure capital component. So we get to see a lot of the capital purchases in this 2013 budget. Once we go through the proposed budget, I should say, I think people can look forward to seeing the UCN Drive, the new road that we see in our community being paved, the TRCC parking lot getting paved, and if anybody's been there recently, they will definitely see the mud and I think appreciate the fact that it'll be paved. We'll also see street lighting added to UCN Drive and the Meridian Cut, which is required. And then, of course, we offer a wide range of services here at the municipality. So some of our more emergency services, we have breathing apparatus upgrades, Jaws of Life, radios. So I think that'll really enhance the emergency response that we as a city can do.
Okay, and then like you mentioned, some of the paving and things going around with UCN Drive and around the TRCC. What types of dates, or is there any timelines so far for this over the summer that we can expect some of the construction to be happening and then some of it to be ready, obviously, for next fall and next winter?
Sure. The paving will go to council on Monday for approval, and then once they've been awarded the tender, that's kind of when they'll do the timelines for the paving. Generally over the summer is when we would expect that to occur.
Okay, perfect. And then I know there is a budget meeting coming up on, I believe, the 25th. What are some of the things that we can expect that come out of it, and what are some of the things that came from the meetings maybe in the past years that are maybe moving forward into this year and then into the future that we can kind of look forward to as well with that?
So, thank you. We're hosting a public hearing for the 2013 financial plan on April 25th at 7 p.m. at City Hall. And with respect to the past, what I guess our point we would really like to see is people come out to the public hearing and share their opinions and thoughts on the proposed budget. In previous years, we've lacked attendance at these meetings and have, in my 7 years of being a part of financial plans, haven't seen more than 5 people attend. So it's really important that people take a look at the budget and offer their feedback. And in order to make it more user-friendly, we've also included a presentation that explains the financial budget, which is a little more technical in nature.
Okay, and then now, Charlene, I know you are the chair of Finance and Admin Committee. What are some of the things coming up that you guys have coming on in that committee, and what are some of the things that might be coming up in the way and some of the things that we've had over the past little while?
So, like Jenny had said, we've really been focused on our budget and getting this through. It's required months and months of meetings, long days for council and administration. So I think our next big project is our audit, which the finance team has been diligently working on and preparing a schedule and timelines and sharing that with council. And this is something really to be celebrated, because this is something that that is new for the city, that we're following our timelines in terms of financial reporting. Our audited statements are getting out in a timely manner, and we put that challenge to our finance department, and they've taken it on and have achieved everything that council has asked for in terms of getting quarterly reporting, getting our audit completed on time, and following up with some of our public sector accounting principle changes that were required for the city. So as you kind of stated at the beginning, finance and admin isn't your front and center committee. We do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work and across the entire city in supporting all of those departments to stay on budget and complete the projects that are assigned for that year.
Okay, and then maybe moving away from some of the finance and admin and some budget stuff, Charlene, you were also part of the Thompson Urban Aboriginal Strategy. So maybe talk to us a little bit about that and some of the things that you guys have in that and some of the things that you guys cover.
Thank you. Well, the Thompson Urban Aboriginal Strategy, for those people who don't know, are made up, it's a coalition of community organizations, all levels of government, educational institutions. So as an example, we have the federal, provincial, municipal government represented, we have the Chamber of Commerce, we have Valet and Hydro, we have our Aboriginal, our First Nation and Métis governments like Manitoba Métis Federation, MKO, KTC. And we have community organizations like the TNRC and the YWCA. We come together monthly. We spend close to a full working day together. Our priorities are in the areas of education and training, housing, women and children, youth, and culture. And those have been our focus. And on Monday, we had an opportunity to host a multi-sector meeting, and we invited all the people from our committee, as well as other organizations who work to improve and empower urban Aboriginal people. And we had a very comprehensive consultation where people committed, again, close to a day of their time to talk about the priorities and make recommendations in terms of what the TUAS collectively can, move a needle on, so to speak. So where do we need to focus in and make some of those important changes and investments? So it's a very strategic table. We had the opportunity to be the group that supported the city of Thompson in creating the Thompson Aboriginal Accord, and which was signed in 2009, and we've also been that support team to the city for its implementation since 2009.
Okay, and then what are some of the benefits, with having a thing like that? I know you mentioned some of the organizations that are a part of it, but what types of things, and how does it affect Thompson, and how does it affect us, and what types of things can we benefit from it, from having a strategy like that?
Well, for example, one of the pieces of information that we shared with the group that came on Monday was, an investment of over $3.5 million into the community to support all of the community members in terms of projects that they worked on or to be a part of an initiative. So we've, built housing. So the Fox Bay Dens are something that the Thompson Urban Aboriginal Strategy came together and is now administered by the Friendship Center. We've supported, organizations like MAPS who really struggled at finding funding with the provincial government and core funding, but our continued support to them allowed them to receive core funding from the province. We're also a part of the resurgence of some of our visible cultural events that we're seeing. So we are a part of the National Aboriginal Day. We work hard during the Winterfest month to ensure that we have dog mushing races and that we have jigging contests and goose and moose calling. And so we're constantly trying to improve and enhance those activities and invite the community to be a part of it. And we've had all kinds of support, whether it be volunteers or finances, from both the private world in Thompson as well as the public sector.
Okay, and then before we go, I'll give you both maybe the final minute to wrap things up with anything ahead or anything else that you guys would like to mention or throw in.
I guess just to let people know, just quickly back to the budget, that there is an overall mill rate increase of 2.26%, and on a house assessed at $200,000, we'll see a 2.86% increase. As well, one of the other things, we promised the community that the special levy would be reflective of real costs in terms of water, storm, and sewage service lines. Last year was $76, and this year will be $58, so they'll see a significant reduction there. And I guess just overall, thank you so much for giving us the time to share some of the work that we're a part of here at the city.
And that will do it for City Beat this week. Make sure to tune in every Thursday at 11:30 for more insight into the city. I would just like to thank both my guests, Charlene Lafreniere and Jenny Krentz, for joining me by phone today. And to everyone else, have a great rest of your day.